Hey guys, and welcome to the Heavy Tanks tutorial for World of Tanks. I'll be using a T-32 for the tutorial. This is the American Tier 8 heavy tank, generally considered one of the better heavy tanks for its tier. So this is the garage, which is basically the staging area for your battles. I'll be using vents, a rammer, and a spall liner for my equipment. Quick rundown of those. The vents gives an increase to your crew, the rammer an increase to your reload, and the spall liner helps save you from artillery and heat shells. My crew is currently running decent in repair. With a heavy tank, generally you'll want to have a repair crew, since if you're sitting still you're probably dead and you need the repair crew to get you up and going faster. So without any further ado, go ahead and queue up. So I'm in a Tier 8 match, meaning that the highest tank in the match is a Tier 8. There's also very little artillery, which is nice for a heavy tank. The artillery is generally the counter for a heavy tank, as you're a very large target that doesn't move very quickly. So basically the heavy tank's role in this game is to spearhead the charge to the other base. So that's basically the way I play it. I generally play pretty aggressively and probably will lead the charge here. On this map in particular, I'm going to go to the south side and try to get in the buildings, get some cover. World of Tanks is a 15 on 15 match, in which you see this outer circle that I'm going through is the capture point. You can win the match either by killing all 15 tanks on the opposing team, or by capturing inside of that capture point. It's just a timer that counts down as you are in the capture point, and it increases with the more people that are there. So that's your basics. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get into this group of buildings here, get a little bit of cover. Not many people came with me, so we're pretty much on our own here, but like I said, there's very little artillery, so we might be okay. As a general rule of thumb, you'll want to avoid doing what I just did and plowing down houses and trees, as that gives away your position to enemy artillery as well as enemy tanks that might be trying to flank you. But when you can't avoid it, can't avoid it. So it looks like we had two mediums that went down to the south along with the heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and try to come out here and flank the mediums. Hit the shift key, brings you into a sniper mode, which allows you a little better shooting, a little more accurate. With the heavy tank, you're going to want to stay in cover as much as possible, so I'm going to slide down here behind this hill so that that low can't hit me while I try to chase this Panther IV and his Panther buddy. With the American heavy tanks, your strength is generally in your hull armor. You are generally fairly weak in sorry, I got that backwards. Very strong in turret armor, very weak in hull armor. So you saw I just bounced a shot off of that Panther when he hit me right in the turret. Kind of made a mistake here in letting that Pershing get behind me. Your armor is weaker in the back than in the front. Go ahead and kill this Panther here, so that's one less gun shooting at me. And try to get my front facing this Pershing. Getting some decent help from my teammates here, which is kind of a rarity at times. And one more reload and we can get him. Okay, team got him. So as you can see, I took a whole lot of shots in that encounter. You can see on the bottom left hand side my module damage. As you can see, my fuel tank is hit, my tracks are hit, which means I move very, very slowly and can't turn very quickly, which is great for a heavy tank. So I think I'm going to kind of stay here, try to use this dead tank as cover, as there's still 3 mediums over the top of that hill. I do have a couple guys behind me that can help me out. If you hit the Alt button, which is how you see me popping up the names of the tanks as well as the tier, that'll tell you more about what you're fighting so you don't go storming into an ambush. The good old gunner bought the farm. Wonder how much he paid for it. So I'm going to try to dance from this low here with very little health. Try to get one more shot in before I die. I did get the shot in, and that's that. So, wasn't too bad of a match. Did some decent damage to a couple of those mediums that came out. So, that was a tier 8 match in the T-32. Going to want to probably run a spall liner on most of them, which is what I ran on that T-32. Yeah, I got sniper on that one. Which reduces the damage you take from artillery. Try to stay in cover and pop out whenever your reloads are up to try to apply damage. Your main job is to soak up damage and apply damage, and just generally spearhead charges into the enemy. So that's my little bit on how to play heavies, and hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you on the battlefield.